Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel. So please excuse sort of the mess in the background of this video. I have a rabbit, so we've had to kind of like bunny-proof the room with blankets and a chair that's laid on its side and all sorts of stuff. But in today's video, I thought I would tell you all my top 10 favourite PlayStation 2 games. So I've made it no secret on this channel that the PlayStation 2 is my favourite console of all time, and as such I have a selection of 10 games to show you. These are not in any order, these are just my top favourite games on the PlayStation 2. Let's get straight on, again in no particular order here, but we have Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. This one's quite divisive among Tomb Raider fans, you either love it or you hate it. I personally love it, I think it's a fantastic game. I like a darker, grittier Lara. Coming in next, this one is mostly for nostalgia reasons. We have Scooby-Doo at Night of 100 Frights. This is definitely the most nostalgia based on this list. Is it a fantastic game? No, it's not a fantastic game, but I personally love it because just, you know, I have such fond memories of this when I was a kid. Next up, we have Escape from Monkey Island. Again, quite a divisive game for Monkey Island fans. You either love or you hate this one. I personally love it. It was my first Monkey Island game. I love the Monkey Island franchise. I think Guybrush Threepwood as a protagonist is absolutely hilarious. This is one of those games that doesn't take itself too seriously at all. It's a franchise that doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's why I love it. Of course, I'm a huge pirate fan in any media, so a pirate game had to make this list. And spoiler alert, it won't be the only pirate game on this list. Next up we have one of my favourite games of all time, which is Ark the Lad: Twilight of the Spirits. I adore this game, absolutely adore this game. So this is part of the Ark the Lad franchise, and once again, much like a lot of franchises on my list, this tends to divide Ark the Lad fans because some of them preferred the format of the older games and some of them preferred the format of this game. The only downside for me in terms of the Ark the Lad franchise is that the sequel to this game, End of Darkness, I cannot play. I mean, technically I can, but they never made a PAL version. So unless I get a system that plays Japanese games, I can never play the sequel to this game, which is a little bit frustrating. I hate that some games are region locked, I really, really do, because I would absolutely love to play End of Darkness, but unfortunately I've just never played it. But back to Twilight of the Spirits, I absolutely love this game. I love the format, I love the characters in it. It's one of those rare instances in games where I adore every single character. Next up, this is going to be no surprise for regular viewers of my channel, why arguably my favourite game of all time, Draken the Ancient's Gates. Not going to talk about it too much, I have done a full collection video here on YouTube about Draken. I absolutely adore this game. This is a sequel, so the first game, Order of the Flame, was on PC. This was the only one that made it to the PlayStation. I absolutely just adore this game, I really, really do. And everything about this game is just phenomenal to me. I love the setting, I love the graphics still. You know, I'm not really a graphics snob, if you would. I love the old PlayStation 2 graphics. And I still think this one really holds up. And I hope the Draken franchise comes back in some form. I doubt it will, because there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But this game, honestly, just means the absolute world to me. And if you haven't played Draken the Ancient's Gates, please play it. So I said there was another Pirates game on this list, and here it is. We have Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat, another game that I think is highly underrated. A lot of PlayStation 2 games, do you know, it's strange because the PlayStation 2 as a platform is so popular, but a lot of the games on it, particularly RPGs, I think are just so underrated. I don't hear half as many people talk about them as I think should, and this is no exception. Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat, a phenomenal game in my opinion. I absolutely love it. So you play as Katerina de Leon there, and obviously she's a pirate, and it's just a fantastic game. I really love it to bits. I have spoken to the lady who voiced Katerina. She's called, I hope I say her name right, Araceli. I have her autograph and we've had a few interactions, and she's a lovely woman. And a fun fact for all you Buffy fans out there, Araceli, who voiced Katerina, played Ampada the Mummy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Is it called Inca Girl? I forgot the name of the episode now, but she plays the mummy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so a little fun fact for you there. But yeah, absolutely love this game. Such a favourite for me. A lot of these games I played when I was a child with my mother, and it's really stayed with me into adulthood, and I would play this game to death and a lot of the others if I could. Up next we have another game that is a little more popular, but again underrated in my opinion, Dark Cloud. I adore Dark Cloud. Particularly, I want to say, a lot of the PlayStation 2 games had great soundtracks, but to me, the soundtrack for Dark Cloud is phenomenal, and I will probably do a video at one point on my favourite video game soundtracks of all time. The game itself is brilliant, and it's one of those rare franchises where the second game, Dark Chronicle, which I'm actually looking at, nearly made this list, because I think the sequel is just as good as the prequel, which doesn't often happen too much in games. But yeah, what a fantastic game this is. I love the world building aspects of it as well, because I am a Sims player too. I am a life simulation player, and so getting to pick and choose to a degree where you want buildings to go in this game is always a plus for me. But what a fantastic game Dark Cloud really is. Okay, 3 more, and the next one is also part of a franchise. I have a lot of franchise games here. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Now, I've spoke about Gauntlet quite a bit on this channel, including my faux pas I made on it. Gauntlet Dark Legacy was the first Gauntlet game I played. This is the only arcade style game on my list, actually. Not a huge arcade game player, but this one I really like. This actually happens to be the only one on my list that's multiplayer as well, so I absolutely adore playing this game with other people as well as playing it on my own. I love couch co-op. Little rant here, where has couch co-op gone? There's been some great games in the past 5 years that are couch co-op, but they're few and far between. I don't want MMOs, I don't want online multiplayer. Bring back couch co-ops, please. That is my plea. Moving on, we have one that I have fond memories of, both with myself playing it with my mother, and also with the YouTube community actually, and that is Heroes of Might and Magic Quest for the Dragonbone Staff. Now, I've been here on YouTube for, gosh, maybe over 10 years now. This channel is very new. This channel only started in January 2023. But my other YouTube channel I've been on for a while, a long time. And the reason I bring that up is because there is a person here, and I hope he doesn't mind me giving him a shout out, Reclusive Gamers, who hasn't been making videos for a while, but he used to play this game. And we made up challenges and suggested challenges to each other for this game, so I have such fond memories of it, not only in my real world, shall we say, but also my online world, if you want to call it that. So I would highly recommend you to check Reclusive Gamer's channel out if you want some Let's Plays of this game. He also played, ironically, on his channel, Dark Cloud and Draken and some other bits, so yeah, fantastic. So moving on to my last game for this video, my top 10 PlayStation 2 games, and coming in last, but by no means last, Shadow Hearts. What an incredible game. In front of me I have Covenant and From the New World as well, and Covenant very nearly made my list. From the New World did not, but Shadow Hearts, I adore this game, I really do. Much like I was saying with Ark, this is one of those games where I love every single person you get to play. I just love this. I love the uniqueness of the Judgment Ring, so the style of fighting, you have to hit the rings. I would go as far as to say this is probably my favourite RPG of all time. That does include Draken. Draken is my favourite game of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Shadow. But in terms of just the RPG genre, this has to be the one. It really does. I need more people to talk about Shadow Hearts. I need more people to know about it. If you want to pick this one up, I suggest you pick it up soon, because these games are going up in price. It's ridiculous. Covenant is, without a doubt, the most expensive game I've ever bought. But that is my top 10 favourite PlayStation 2 games of all time. Some phenomenal soundtracks here. Again, I might do a soundtrack video in the future. Just, to me, the epitome of gaming and my gaming journey was and will always be the PlayStation 2. Of course, I do play more games, more consoles, but the PlayStation 2 for me, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it, will never be beaten. I really believe that. I think it was the best era for gaming, in my opinion. I think other eras have come close, but the PlayStation 2 era for me, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So, my question for you guys today is, I'm not going to ask you to list 10 in the comments if you don't want to, so let's go with a nice number, 3. What are your top 3 favourite PlayStation 2 games of all time? Please let me know that. Again, there are so many more I could have talked about, but these are the ones that made my list. So thank you very much for watching. If you'd like more lists like this, where I list my favourite PlayStation 3 games, PlayStation 4 games, PlayStation 1 games, Xbox, Switch, whatever you want, if you want more lists like this, then please let me know. But until next time, bye EMbers.